Cold Talks. Tune in. We're chatting about family and friends. Relationship goes together to the end. This is Cold Talks. Tune in.
Everybody, this is Cold Talks. Today we have six people in the podcast today. We're going to be talking about if you think you believe you need a whole stage in order to be successful in a relationship, in a future relationship. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the ball to D over here. He wanna go ahead and get this thing started.
Absolutely. Yes, I do think you need a whole stage, and I think when people hear me say whole stage, I think they cringe because I say whole. I think you need a stage where you go outside of yourself and you explore. You date different men or women. Um, you experience different things in order to see what you like and understand that sex is sex and um, vagina is vagina. So at the end of the day, when you come into a relationship, because a lot of relationships are built off of lust.
Mm.
So when you come into a relationship, you ain't lusting for something that you feel like you haven't experienced or you feel like you yearn for, so to speak. So yes, I do feel like you need a whole stage because if you are a man or a woman of status and your man or woman is giving you everything that you need, only thing somebody outside of that relationship can offer you is sex.
Mm.
So what happens is if that is the case and that man or woman inside a relationship isn't giving you what you can offer, only thing you can do is fall to the lust. But if you know that, man, please, sex is sex, lust is lust. I think it goes to show you that you good and you ain't got to go outside the relationship and go with anything else.
Okay, okay. That's a real good in-depth answer.
Hmm.
I forgot to introduce to everybody real quick. I just want to throw that out there. So it's me and D today, but we also got Auntie Dominique.
Hey y'all.
We got Kel.
Yo,
We got Lil Bro Corey.
what up?
And we got Nique Mariell.
What's up, y'all?
She's speaking for the younger generation, all right? So we're going to go around the room and we're going to kind of see how everybody feel. So we already heard Mr. Cole. So you had something else to...
No, I just want everybody in the podcast, guys, to know is everybody kind of new to
Mm.
this talk. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable. This talk, be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we need to edit out, we will edit out. You know what I'm saying? But we just having a conversation, and just speak from your heart, how you feel, and hey, that's your opinion.
Yeah. Who wanna jump it off or y'all want me to ask y'all some questions? I ask y'all quick. Let's start with Auntie WD. What you think, man? You think you need a whole stage in order to be successful in a future relationship?
Honestly, I think it just depends on the individual because one, I would say I'm glad D put a definition out there of what he meant by whole stage because from what I gathered from his definition, it's not a whole stage. He's just talking about dating, just making sure that you're dating so you
Mm.
can honestly understand is this the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life or is this the person that you want to actually start pursuing a relationship with?
Mm.
Because the goal of a relationship is to be married.
Yes.
Most people's eyes. I know some people don't believe in marriage, but back in the day, relationship meant we are trying to see if we are compatible to be married. Um, I think you can, but it just depends on the individual because everybody goal isn't to be married, and you can be high school sweethearts with somebody, and that's the only person that you've known, and this person is giving you everything in the world, but you don't know what's out there. So, you don't know what you don't know. But then on the other hand, it could be this person is giving you everything, but the sex suck.
Mm.
So does that give you the right to have a whole stage?
Does it really suck if you don't know what's out there? That's your high school
See,
sweet.
that's
You
the
lost your
thing.
virginity.
See, but you could
don't
be
know.
with somebody for a long time. The sex suck. You thinking that's what sex really is, and you ain't having no orgasm. So,
Yeah.
and you not gonna figure that out until you go out there.
Yeah, that's true. I
But
knew a girl that said she never had an orgasm. She didn't know what it was, and she was with a dude for years. I was like, hold on, you got an old man, you ain't never had an orgasm. She was like, history says that like 2% women don't have orgasm. I was like, what? Like where? You know?
yeah, I heard that before. But it's like, how would you? Some people think they're having an orgasm until they actually go out there and actually have an orgasm. So they don't know. Um, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person. I don't think everybody need a whole stage, but I guess it's just about the person, what they want and what they need, and what they are satisfied with.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
I feel like, let me tell you,
This is Corey, Uncle Corey on the mic.
yeah, Uncle Cora on the mic.
1, 2, 3.
Not Uncle Corey.
I feel like, I'm sorry, my phone started ringing. I feel like this. When you get in a relationship, you should fulfill your single desires, period, before you even start a relationship. Whether that's being a hoe, or whether that's, you know, whatever the fuck you do when you single, you need to do that. Not necessarily being a hoe. Now you date, you know what you want, you know what you might want, and get that shit out of the way. That's how I feel.
Get it out of the way.
Get whatever the fuck you crave for, and you feel like you will lose once you get in a relationship. Try it out.
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
So
That's
what
fair.
would make you want to have a whole stage? Is this just based upon sex? Like that's how you have that whole stage? Is just a sexual
I
whole
mean,
stage? Or
some people have moments where they feel like porn is reality. They want to figure out, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They see this fine. I mean, in our days, Instagram down there porn, but you know what I'm saying? You want to see if this chick is like this fine ass person, girl, boy, whatever, is what it really is.
Yeah.
And then until you come back to reality and realize, nah, that's not what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
But it can be.
It could
I
be.
think that's the responsibility of the spouse realizing that, hey, you know, I have a man or woman desires these certain things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I have to make sure this man or woman desire these certain things because a whole stage allows you to understand that, you might want to get with a man or woman that say, hey, listen, I like a finger in my butt. I like a tongue in my butt. This other guy or woman might say, don't go near there.
But is it really a whole stage or an experimental stage?
It's
That's
experimental. That's why I don't want to call it a whole stage because everybody like I ain't no hoe for that. It's experimental because you're trying to figure out what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just simply experimenting.
You're
You
experimenting.
ain't trying to figure out
Yeah.
if that's what you want, but
That's what
you just
experiment is
I
though.
mean, you trying shit that you probably won't do.
Won't, will, or
That's
won't do.
Unless
That's
you with somebody
experimenting.
who is experimental.
That was
Cause
it.
you can be with
Right.
somebody who is not comfortable with being experimental, or you can be with somebody who is. And if
I,
you with that person, ain't no need to
I
step
think
out.
I think that's what you sign up for when
Right.
you become married. You have to be experimental.
You don't got to.
Let
If
me-
you don't want to be, if that's not your personality, if that's not who you is, you don't got to be experimental.
I feel
That's
like
why you
should,
need to
though.
move around. You need to date. You need to do different things so you can figure out what type of person you want to be with. Because once you become married, you are saying, "Hey, I'm making the ultimate sacrifice, or I'm compromising for this person because I love this about that person. If I don't love nothing about this person, I don't like nothing about this person. Why am I getting married to this mug? This mug ain't gotta change who they are 100% to be with me, and I don't gotta change who I am 100% to be with them because they fell in love with who I am.
But as we know, as people get older, watching in social media and all this stuff, things change. So
They do.
you
With
can
time,
be
change
married
with
with
times.
somebody and y'all can be content sexually, but then they start seeing stuff on TV or whatever, and now they want to experiment.
Yeah.
So now you in a relationship with somebody who wants to experiment, but at the beginning y'all was told y'all both had a consensus that y'all wasn't. So
Right.
then what do you do at that point?
You figure out if you want to keep experimenting with that person. If y'all don't want to keep moving forward or developing together, then what we doing?
And then easy in
Well,
the
we
marriage.
married, right?
We married, yeah. Yeah.
My outlook on the marriage.
That ain't what the topic about.
I know, but I'm saying
My whole stage.
we everywhere. We on the whole stage, but
Yeah.
it also boiled down to before you get married.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So my thing is, okay, what if I did try the little whole stage shit, experimenting and shit, and then I find somebody that I'm like, okay, dope, right?
Mhm.
But like she said, new shit come around,
It do.
and you like, I would want to motherfucking all bets off in the marriage, motherfucker.
I don't feel like you would be out there trying to test the waters once you get married if you had that stage in your life where you was experimenting stuff.
Nah.
Because you know different things.
Nah, bro, science change every day.
Yeah, but
That's
as for me, I'm speaking for myself.
okay. I understand.
So for me, I had my time in my life where I dealt with different guys and different situations and moved around a little bit, and I realized what I liked and did not like when it came to being in a relationship with an individual. So once I found my husband, my spouse, I was like, I'm not taking up with this, I'm not taking up with that.
Yeah.
This is a hell nah, this is a okay, this is fine. Okay, we can move past that, we can learn from this, we can learn from that. And that was because of experiences that I been throughout my life. I feel like if I never went through those different experiences, then even if D was the greatest guy in the world, I wouldn't have been able to even realize that, because I don't know what a good nigga is, a bad nigga is, fucked up nigga is. I don't know. Cause I ain't been with nobody but this one motherfucker. So I probably would have fucked the whole relationship up because I don't fucking know.
I understand that.
That's just
I
me
do.
speaking from my experience.
I think you was a fortunate one, because some of us, it was afterwards. Like me, I didn't figure that out until after I was married, after my divorce. So I didn't start dating other people until after I was married. I think my ex-husband was like my third person,
Mhm.
and we got married at 22. I'm now 31, and after we had a divorce, that's when I actually started dating, and that's when I figured out what I really
What
liked.
you liked and disliked from the marriage.
So I guess the question is now, what is the appropriate age to have this quote unquote experimental hoe stage?
I feel like when you're ready, and when you trying to get to know who you are as an individual, because as you learning who you are, you experimenting, and I think it just kind of like bring everything like together. What you got to say, Mariell? Mariell got the mic, man.
My uncle gave me the mic. I don't have anything.
You don't got nothing to say? Nah.
Well, I'm gonna fuck this whole thing up.
All right,
because
come on.
At the end of the day, I do feel like, the experimental stage, whole stage, slut stage, I don't give a damn stage, boils down to what you're trying to see, what you like. Now, if you find someone that you just like, he or she seems like the one, I think that's on you to understand that you have to pull that trigger on that situation. Now, in terms of marriage, first of all, marriage is the ultimate business decision. You ain't making no decision on marriage based off of lust or sex or whatever the situation is. You're trying to see if you can grow some type of way with this person.
Yeah.
That's why I said that I personally feel that when you become married, your spouse has to be the ultimate experimenter, because at the end of the day, it comes down to, okay, I know I can grow and make money with this person. Now this person has to get to know and love me, because I personally feel like when you get into a relationship in terms of marriage with a person, if you can grow and make
taking
money with
shots
this
on
person,
the
that's the
on the
first
set, taking
step.
shots on the set.
not falling in love, and the lust part is the second part.
Uh-huh.
And I think that brings it all together because you ain't fucking all day and every day.
You not.
You making money and growing.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you make it. Well, y'all
Y'all ain't fucking every day all
y'all
day.
can fuck all day y'all want to in the homeless shelter.
You gotta go to work at some point.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like
And sleep.
you have to figure out if you can grow and build with this person. And then after that, you have to figure out the lusting and all that. That's why I say the experimental part
Right, because
comes
that
into
lust
it.
gonna die down.
So if y'all making money, y'all doing the same, whatever the situation is, and your spouse introduce something that you may not agree with,
Mhm.
you're gonna leave your spouse because of that? No, you have to adjust. If you don't adjust, that's when the
Conflict.
Hoe Stage come into play because that determines whether or not this person is going to go in the bathroom and please themselves or this person is going to step outside a relationship.
Let me tell you, bro.
Okay, that's what you got.
One motherfucker
Uncle Corey.
that somebody that I genuinely thought I was gonna marry was somebody that I experienced a lot with.
Okay.
Even outside of my experiences, it was like we did some weird shit.
But you was experimenting.
But I
though.
was experimenting. Like it was like this might just be motherfucking bait type shit. So I agree with you. Like, whoever the fuck you marry, they gotta it's the ultimate experimental.
Yeah,
that
most
shows
definitely.
that person was able to make you comfortable and trust them too. Because when you try something new, you get scared.
Right.
So your partner got to be somebody that is, can understand you and be able to coach you through certain things.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear from
I agree
Kel.
with
What's
you.
up? What you got,
I
Kel?
wanna piggyback off of what D said.
Okay.
Um, wait, what you said again? Damn.
He was pretty much saying, your partner got to be experimental with you, willing to grow with you and try different things and stuff like that. Because y'all going to be growing every day. And marriage is not about love and lust. It's a business
Oh,
decision
I'm
at the
talking
end
about
of the
what
day.
you said.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I said a lot. What part? You talking about when I was
It was
saying,
towards the end.
your experiences kind of like bring
Like
everything
basically like
together?
experiencing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, I want to agree with that. I feel like, well, first off, I'm gonna say, I don't feel like the whole stage is a necessity. It's definitely beneficial. It does help you figure out what you like and dislike.
Yes.
Um, for example, me, I was with somebody for like 6 years,
Mm.
and I was so used to the same things that once I got with somebody else finally and they started experiencing new things, I didn't even know that I liked these things because I never
Exactly.
experienced them.
Yes.
So, I feel like that's where the whole phase come into play. I feel like
Hmm.
it shouldn't be called the whole phase. It sounds kind of negative,
It
but
does sound negative.
It should be
but
experimental.
The
I feel like that's
experimental.
where that phase comes into play because it does help you figure out what you don't like, what you do like, what you can do, what you can't do.
Right.
Um,
Your limits. And they teach you
yeah,
your
Your
limits too.
yeah.
limits.
Your
What
personal
Kevin Hart
limits.
said? Pineapples. Your pineapples.
So
Yo.
like when you do go into a situation, you go into that situation knowing what you want, what you don't want, what
Right.
you're going to stand for, what you're not going to stand for. Um, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Yep.
mean,
I
I
agree with you,
mean,
Kev.
I
Me
mean,
too.
I just like I said, I agree exactly what you're saying, but I do think it's beneficial because at the end of
Definitely
the day,
beneficial.
it comes to in the situation of lust, because this is what this whole thing is about, lust. In the situation of lust, what would you do? Would you go to porn or would you go outside of the
Would
house?
you go cheat? Yeah.
In a foundational relationship. That's what the two circumstances come to. What would you do in a situation of lust?
If you content, you should be able to look like, oh, that's a fine ass man right there.
He
But I'm
look.
good. Like
Yeah,
I'm
he look
good.
good
Like
and all,
he
but
good to look at, but I'm good at home.
Well,
Like
I'm gonna
right,
tell you this:
right.
in a marriage, the last word that needs to be used is content. You can never be content in a marriage.
satisfied. I'm satisfied. I'm happy.
Happy.
Happy. Let's use that.
Because when you're happy in a relationship, that makes more of a difference than content. Because if you're content,
You
There's,
start being
there's still room. There's room
comfortable,
left.
doing stupid
you know,
stuff.
if I'm
Yeah.
content, that six pack turns into a 4-2, then a beer belly, and then that six pack guy come out, and I never asked her the question of, hey, did you ever like my six pack? Like, yeah, that's what I fell in love with. Whatever it is that you fell in love with, it should continue on into the relationship. So if hot sex was the beginning of the relationship,
Not
it
hot
has to
sex.
be
Hot sex.
steamy
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
in the further on.
Delicious.
And the challenge in a marriage is you if you have kids, you have 20 years of making sure it's hot, steamy, because eventually those kids are going to leave the nest.
Right.
Now it's just you and him and him, her and her, and y'all gonna have to figure out: are y'all gonna be with each other,
Right.
or did the flame fizzle out?
Yeah.
Beyonce and parents divorced after all those years of marriage.
Yes.
The flame fizzled out.
I get that, but now it's got me thinking because as you get older, stuff is gonna change. Titties gonna be sagging, dick not getting up. So now it's to the point to where
PG-13.
you talking about being
PG-13.
content, being happy. Sometimes sex is a mental thing. So are you mentally attracted to that person that you chose to be with?
Ooh.
Well,
Because
I
that's
like
what's gonna
it.
keep it going.
I like
Oh,
it.
That's what make the sex better though.
When you mentally, physically,
Right,
when
right.
you all of that.
Right, and
That
I
thing
I
come
could attest to
together,
that. I know
baby.
somebody that I ain't seen in years,
Mhm.
and well, I ain't spoke to this person in years. And when we got back and seen each other,
It was lit.
it was still there as if we was still in college. Like it was
Yeah.
the same thing.
and that's the challenge. Now y'all have been in each other's face for years. Now you have a responsibility to your spouse, and I think that's why I hate the word content in terms of a marriage, because you have to challenge yourself to stay fit. You have to challenge yourself to think of new things.
Right.
Maybe those things that you experimented on prior to the marriage. Bring those things into the relationship. You have to do all those things to make sure the relationship reaches its life.
Yeah.
So if you want your husband or your wife to say, "Damn, you sexy as hell" at 72,
Mhm.
you still have to have that little twist in your hip from when y'all was 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the responsibility that you have, and I think experience
Mhm.
is the one that helps it get to that point. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you just simply don't know
You
what you're
just
doing.
there. You just there. You like,
know,
I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I like this man or this woman, and I'm here. You know what I'm
Yeah, because
saying?
that's like I said. I think high school sweethearts have the biggest struggle,
Yeah.
because if you don't know how, if you're going on Pornhub and trying to figure out how to get oral sex, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
And
experience that with the people.
you gotta go on
You know?
and on.
For
You don't know that. This guy may like dry. This guy may like a lot of saliva. You never know what that is until you experiment.
That's
on it.
true. That's
And you might say, "Ew, you like that?"
yeah.
And it be different. Though, what's crazy though, cause when you'll be with somebody, right, and then, well, I say for myself, someone used to give me fellatio a
There
certain
you go.
way,
Thank you.
and
I'm gonna
I
edit
was
that out.
like,
I'm sorry, guys.
um, when I met someone else,
Mhm.
I was trying to teach them to do that,
Cause you experienced that and you liked it.
and I liked it, and then it was like, let me be me,
But you
and
like,
then
but this me.
I was like, alright, cool,
Let me see what you got.
and then I liked that one better.
Okay.
But I was so used to how it was, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of eventually I was like, they incorporated both of them together.
There you go.
But it was more so, hey, I'm used to this. I know this does this for me.
I'm comfortable
Yeah,
here.
that
Yeah.
takes it back to comfortability.
Yeah.
But
Being complacent.
you know what I mean?
And seeing that brings it back all the way together. In terms of anybody, if you haven't experienced something sexually, and you think sex sex is not a team thing. They get theirs and I get mine, and you're eventually going to say, you know, and you see that somewhere else. I can remember a video I saw on Facebook where a girl, was, it was her fluids was going everywhere,
Whoa.
and
She
a
was,
guy was
she
like,
was a
he don't
squirter.
believe that's possible.
She was squirting.
She was pissing.
And what happened was,
And it's a big difference between squirting and having an orgasm. And people don't.
Cause one of them you
Understand
pissing,
it.
the other one you not.
Okay, Auntie.
well, and that's the thing, like,
That's Niecy. That ain't
but,
Auntie.
but hold on, if you never experienced that, a woman may say that's fake.
Yeah.
But if she never experienced that, she may say that's fake. A guy can say, "Hey, listen, I experienced this,"
Yes.
and another guy may say, "Man, he lying. I never experienced that." Maybe it's the partners that you had.
Right, because
Right.
everybody don't do the same thing.
And
No.
what if that? Well,
Sure
actually, they do. Everybody have a human body.
But
It
everybody
just-
don't do the same
Everybody,
thing.
I heard that everybody ain't no squirter.
That's a
They
good
not.
thing. That's a good thing. That's
Everybody is a spurter, but it's the mother sucker that's gonna bring
it
the
depend
spurt.
on the partner.
Who
It
gonna
depend
bring
on
that
the
spurt?
partner.
You feel me? That's experience.
That's piss.
That's
That's not piss.
experience.
Well,
It's the
if-
difference between peeing and squirting.
Yeah.
well,
It is.
if
First
it
of
is-
all.
if it is piss,
First of all, for number one.
okay, if it is piss, have she ever been with a man to where she say, hold on, bro, hold on, let me go use the bathroom real quick, or she just took a leak right there. Because it's too good to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I mean, you should know when you have to pee versus when you're squirting.
That's piss.
No,
Well.
it's not. It's not.
It's not.
at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, experience.
That's piss.
It may be a guy, just like we was talking about earlier. It may be a guy what you think is beautiful, a woman that you think is absolutely beautiful. I've had a conversation with my homeboy, and we talked about girls that was nice looking in school. He said, "Oh yeah, I've been with her. She was born." I was like, "Really? Yeah, she was born."
Yeah.
High school though.
And
They ain't
But-
got no
That's high
experience.
school, yeah.
but see, all those experience shuts that mindset off of, if she ever give me a chance, I'll risk it all. You risk it all for nothing.
Right.
Cause if y'all,
For real.
if you're dominant enough, you can have her doing certain things that she knows she was supposed to be doing.
Well,
You giving her a whole nother experience.
That's true.
I
Like,
agree.
this nigga just made me do what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She'll be in that bit like, wait a minute, girl. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I was single
You know what I'm saying?
I was single for like about 3, 4, 5 years before I got married, and I found myself just giving. It wasn't none that I was like, man, I cannot wait till she come over. We gonna whatever. It was none of that. It was more so I found pleasure in making sure she did her thing.
Let me tell you, somebody lifted me up off the bed, motherfucker. What?
Yeah.
Like, I was in that, they was in doing whatever they were doing, and then like I'm about to release, and then they kept on going, and I found literally I was like, oh, I'm in the air, and they kept going.
Yeah.
I have a question.
That
You know
sounds
what
like
I'm
an
saying?
amazing
Sounds like you had a great time.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
God is
Do you-
good.
Amazing.
All the time.
You
You know what I'm saying? And then what was crazy? I'm going too deep.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
don't
Go
know if
ahead.
she-
Go.
Cause
You
they-
got the flow, big dog.
I'm going too deep.
No, you got it.
Cause then when it was done, when they went and got the rag, it
Not
was
the
to
rag.
wipe they face. Cause they done got me dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel
I
what
got it.
Yeah,
You feel me?
that was
All
a
right.
great
So
night.
look.
Yeah.
Do you?
Great night.
That goes. He said
Good,
great.
you know what I'm saying? Good
But
times,
that goes
good
to
stuff,
my
you
next
feel me?
question. Do you guys think experiences is all about sex?
Yes.
It's all about sex.
No,
It's not about
definitely
the
not.
different
No.
people, the characteristics,
The
the
characteristics.
characteristics.
everything.
But
It's
it's more it's
everything.
better when it's about sex though.
It's better when it's about sex. But I'm saying like everything overall. When you say it's my experimental stage, is it only sex?
No.
Nah, definitely
No.
not
D
just sex.
said yeah.
Not just it's definitely not just
I
sex.
say no, because you can be with somebody who's more laid back, and as a woman is letting me lead. Oh, you know how everybody say being that strong black woman,
Mhm.
and then I meet somebody that's like, hold on, shorty, I got it.
I
You ain't
got
got to
it.
take out your wallet. I'm gonna take care of. Or I got your kid, and then I'm submissive,
To
and
that
I'm in
type of
that quote
guy.
unquote soft girl era.
There you go.
And then when we get to the bedroom, it's a whole different ball
You super
game.
submissive. There you
I
go.
know I can say for me, nah, cause the experiment I done had went through an experiment where I was paying for every fucking thing,
Mhm.
and then I went through a point where we was literally hiding each other debit card. Like
Mm.
we at lunch, we at dinner, whatever, and I grabbed my card, put on the check, and then after dinner over, I'm reaching for my card,
Yeah.
and there was like, oh, your card right there. I paid for this,
Yeah.
and it was like, dope. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh, I got the meal today.
Mhm.
Then I'm been through a point where it's,
You paying
the
for
check
everything?
come out to the table, and you looking, you know what I'm saying? You looking to the side. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's different.
Right.
It was like that was dope. The
Right.
sex was good. The finance was good. Hey, I want to go somewhere. Let's go tomorrow.
Right.
Versus I want to go somewhere. Let me wait a second so I can pay for both of us, or maybe later on, or just simple conversation.
Mhm.
I had a
Right.
long day at work. Let me tell you about my job, and they're here to listen.
And you seeing different.
You
Okay.
see, you know what I'm saying?
Different
When
things. Yeah.
I'm going off, and somebody was like, "You was dead ass wrong."
Right.
Versus I'm going off, and they ain't heard nothing I just said
Right.
because that wasn't important to them.
Right.
Right.
So
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that make you that turn you on too.
Yep.
Right. It ain't just limited
Different
to like
experiences. You had
finances.
something, Kev?
Oh, I'm gonna say,
Cause I'm gonna jump over here. Cause D said no. D said the
It's
experience is
sex.
all about
Yes,
sex.
all about
okay,
sex.
yeah, I disagree with that.
You just.
Um, I definitely disagree. It's definitely more than just about sex. It does help you,
Mhm.
experience other things about
Right.
people that you dislike and like other than sex. I'm gonna use an example again. I got so many examples. So I've been with somebody that was just not all about sex, but sex was their thing. Like they love to have sex.
Mhm.
And then I've been with somebody that, I mean, yeah, and then I've been with somebody that wasn't all about sex,
Mhm.
but there was really affectionate.
Right.
It be
So
the affection.
then it helps you, like, a situation like that helps you understand,
Yeah.
do I want sex all the time, or do I want to be
A little bit of.
affectionate? Do I want to feel
Yeah.
loved,
Right.
or do I want to feel like I'm just here to please you
There you
sexually?
go.
Like,
You
There
is
you
right
this a
when
go.
you
lust
right.
thing? Is this a love thing?
Right.
Like what it is.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely not all about sex. For me, I feel like I'm looking for the whole 9 yards if I'm
Right.
going through that experimental phase. Just because you please me sexually, when I want to be held that night, cause I'm sad or I'm in my head.
Are you able to do that?
Yeah,
I
you can.
got
You don't know
you.
how to
I like
comfort
it.
me. You don't know how to love me. You don't know how to talk me out that headspace that I'm in. Like all you know I do is give me good sex.
Right. Right. I
It's just
like
not
it.
gonna do it.
Yeah, I
I
agree with
like
that,
it. I
Kev.
agree
Okay,
with you,
big
Kev.
Kev.
I got you.
Well,
I agree
the
with that,
reason why I
baby.
feel like it's primarily about sex.
Your whole experiment stage is primarily about sex.
Absolutely.
So that's just you.
Because it just,
We're taking shots on the set, guys. I'm sorry.
because
Give me like a
it's
half a
temporarily.
shot.
It's temporary. On,
Sex is temporary.
only thing that's temporary is lust and sex. Now, like I say with the foundation is can I make money with this person? Okay, so the question is, do is your ultimate goal marriage?
Hold on, babe. you kind of contradict yourself a little
Yes,
bit
Okay.
because we saying it's the experiment stage is not only about sex,
Mhm.
and you're saying that it is.
Mhm.
But now you about to go into the business part of the experiment.
Yeah, because
So it's not only about
Experimenting is not signing that contract, which
it's
is
not,
marriage.
but you're just trying to see what you like and don't
Right.
like.
yeah, I'm talking about the temporary stuff. The
What's-
temporary
But
stuff.
that means it's more more
not
to the experiment
business.
stage than sex.
It's not big. I don't told somebody after sex that I love them. I didn't
But
love
we
them
didn't.
for real.
We're not saying that. We're
Mhm.
saying it's the experiment stage
Solely.
more
No,
than
it's all
sex.
about love and sex. It's all about sex and lust.
But you saying you
you
about
said
to
it was
go
just
into the
about-
business.
Yeah,
Go
what
ahead.
I'm saying
That's
is,
it, you made this point right
what
now.
I'm saying is, it's all about lust and sex. The experimental part is all about lust and sex. So it's like buying tools. You buy a bunch of tools, but you don't know what you're buying the tools for until you get the tools, until you actually start to build that foundation. All right. So when you get the tools to build a foundation, when you find that one, you use all those tools that you gather along the years to build that foundation.
Is he talking about a Gerber?
I don't know because to me,
Hey, you know the
He
Gerber
said,
got
"What
all
you
the.
talking
You
about,
know the
a
Gerber
Gerber?"
got all the tools.
That's
on
a
that.
multi-tool. Sorry.
Oh, multi-tool. My
Yes,
bad.
yes,
My
yes.
bad.
No. That's what it is. Gerber's a multi-tool.
Yeah, it's all about so the lust and sex is all about having fun, getting that fun out of your system
Oh, okay. I see
until
what
you
you're saying.
get to what you need to do, and everything you learned along
I
the
see what
way,
you're saying.
you use all those things to
Okay.
build that foundation.
Okay, I see what
So
you're saying.
you can get somebody to hold you during those times whenever you hurting or whatever at night. You can get somebody to tell you they love you temporarily. You get somebody to massage you at night. All of those. It's different guys to different guys or women to do all those things you need to do. You can get somebody to do certain things for every single night if you want to in the experimental stage.
So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't mean to
because
cut
you saying sex.
Right.
I'm about to say I had somebody that crossed everything on the list when it came to sex and some.
Right.
But me and that motherfucker ain't married to this
Absolutely.
Right.
So-
Right. Can't
Okay.
stand them. Right. Can't stand them. So I get what you're saying, babe. I get it. So what we need to do is
let's go back to what we started.
revisit that definition of the whole stage or the
Yeah.
experimental
I'm about to say,
stage.
yeah, that
Because I'm sorry. It seems like what you're saying is that fun stage. Get that shit out your system.
yeah.
So
Like-
you'll know who you want to be with. So
Yeah.
when,
So when
so
you
when your
settle
person
down-
staring you in the face, you know that's that
Right.
person.
You vibing,
listen.
you chilling, and now you're building.
See,
That
this,
experimental stage ain't about that. That
This-
experimental
Right.
stage
Let me
is
tell you,
get this
let me-
shit out
And the
'cause I'm
experimental
wildin',
stage
baby.
is
Let me
not
tell you.
only helping you understand
Let
who
me-
you are and what your likes and dislikes as a person,
Let me
Right.
but
tell you.
also when that person is staring you in the face,
Right.
you know how to recognize that person.
Right. What you got, Uncle Coy? Let me tell you. In the background, head at.
Oh, you hear me? Let me tell you why my brother-in-law is so smart. We done got off a topic, and my brother brought it right back to full circle. The whole point of this was whole stage necessary,
Yeah.
and we done went into
And we
got
pretty much said
deeper,
it is.
and then we done went through the whole stage. Then we done started dating. Then we done got married. My brother had done came back and brought it back to the point, and you are absolutely correct, bro.
So I guess
The whole
so if you don't have a
stage-
whole stage and you you say you never had a whole stage before, experimental stage, and you got married, is it bound to fail?
I
Because you
think
never
it is.
had
I think it is.
experimental-
I
I
wouldn't
think it
say
is.
it's bound to fail
I think it is.
because at the end, I wouldn't say it's bound to fail because at the end of the day, you're marrying and you're doing whatever you're doing based upon your morals.
A blank check.
Your morals though, if that's not what you do, if you ain't the type of person to fuck around, if you ain't the type of person to do this and do that, then that's not what you are. I feel like your whole stage is absolutely your cravings, like things that you want to do. Like
Exactly.
I want to experience this. I want to have that. I see somebody that look good and I want to have it. But if
Right.
you can walk around and see somebody fine and with their shirt off, But nigga, and you can look right past them, and that's just how you is.
But you grew to be that person. I feel like because like we was talking about earlier, you had a friend. She was like, I like big stuff, right? And then she had a dude with little stuff, and she was like, ooh, I think I like little stuff now. But then she learned it wasn't the size;
It
it
was
was
the
what
motion.
he was doing to her. But she learned that over time, experimenting. If she with her little high school sweetheart, little boo, she thinks she like big stuff, period, and she ain't never did
But
nothing else.
see,
But then she gonna have in the back of her mind like, do I really like big stuff? This nigga like breaking my insides. You know what I'm saying? You know?
but what if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, but that's what I say about morals. What if it ain't the size, big or small? It's simply
The way he doing it.
no, no, no,
That's
no,
what she
not even
like.
that.
She ain't care
It's
about
just
the size.
simply
I think
my
it's the
thing
person.
is I want
The person.
right.
Cause
What
I ain't
if
got nothing to
Because
do with it,
everybody
baby.
can't just have sex with anybody.
But what
Sometimes people
if-
got to have
what
a
if-
emotional
but
connection with them.
what if
Love ain't got nothing to do with it, Niecy.
What
I'm
if
telling
I'm-
you, baby. You
what if
could
I'm-
love. I'm sorry, Cole. I'm sorry to cut you off, baby. But you could love that nigga. You could love that girl, baby. But you a dog their ass out.
Sure
Love
would.
ain't got nothing to do with
For
it.
me-
It's self-respect,
Love them,
baby.
and you don't want to leave them, but you're going to go out there and get what you want.
Because what I just recently learned
You know?
is love is an action.
And I'ma
It is
hide that
not-
shit. I'ma hide that shit from her ass because I
But-
love her.
But that's what I'm saying
But do
though.
you respect
But
her
that's what
or
but that's
him?
what I'm saying though. That's what you desire. What if what she desired ain't got nothing to do with sex? The sex is what made. I mean, the sex is just is good.
Okay.
But it's the fact that on far as her morals and her principles, what if what she desires is affection?
Mhm.
Like, what if that's all this motherfucker crazy?
But guess what? She don't know she desired that affection until she experienced that
Okay, but
and realize she actually like it.
yeah, but what if that's
Like Kel said earlier.
her
I can attest to that. That happened to me in college. I was dating this guy. I was 16. The guy was 21. He was set in his ways. You know, I lost my virginity to him. That's how it was. We was kind of affectionate, but it won't like super affectionate. But then when I met this man in college, and this man was showing me this affection, I was like, oh, okay. But I was still dating this other guy. But when the guy broke up with me, and that other guy started coming harder with that actual affection that I never experienced before, I was head over heels. I mean, knees
She was
shaking,
able to get
everything.
snatched up.
Right.
I can say that because like the relationship that I just got out of, like he was giving me everything that I never had before, or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. So I was okay with
Mhm.
not being satisfied with sex, whatever
Uh-oh.
the case may be.
Okay.
So I wasn't coming, but I was just happy to be there because
Not happy to be there.
Because
He
he was
made me
treating
happy.
he was treating you right.
yeah.
So you felt like because you loved him, you was like, the sex is whack, but I love this nigga.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But it was your experiences that made you
That's what I was
feel
getting ready to
like
say. Like, what was you basing that off of?
in the past I didn't have this.
Yeah, and then like with the, I guess, well, my uncle in here, but the sex or whatever.
It's okay.
the case
It's
may
okay.
be,
You grown,
it
baby.
was different. Like I didn't expect him to do what everybody else, well, the person I lost my virginity to do, because I was satisfied with what he was doing for me or whatever the case may be. So I wasn't looking for anything extra because I was just happy, you know.
Would you say
Okay.
with your experience, now you want both?
You want love and good sex now because you experience good sex and you experience. No, you good, Mariell. You grown, dog. You 21.
Rebuttal off of what
We love you, big bro. We love you, big bro. I know you listening to this, but listen. But for real though, for real, because you experience both sides. You experience the good sex, and you experience a guy giving you everything you want. Now what?
I mean,
You want both, or you like?
Are you
If
willing
I
to
love
give
him
one up?
enough,
I'll settle for this and I'll give that
I
up.
think it was more of a I'll settle for this because he's giving me this and he's giving me that, compared to, oh, he's making me come, but I'm not getting this and I'm not getting that. So
Right, but
that's
Uncle
what it's
Corey
more.
asked
What's
you,
No,
more
as of
what?
important?
Yeah,
now,
what I'm asking
What's
now
more
moving
important?
forward.
is moving forward as you progress in life. Would you settle at all,
What's
or
more
would you
important?
say, nah, I want both?
Would you make
I
would
need the
you make
good
the
sex
same
and
decision,
affection.
or do you
I
want to
need
be with somebody
love
that's gonna give
and
you both?
motherfucking affection, like Future said.
I mean, I would say I don't know because I would say affection.
You
I
still
don't know.
learning. You still
I'm
learning.
still learning,
She's
so
still going to her
She's still
You
experimental
going
still
through it,
learning,
phase.
yeah.
TT. You still learning,
I'm
TT.
sorry.
It's
Still learning.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's
I'm gonna
okay.
tell you right now, Auntie Nique want both. I need both.
Cause
I
if he
need
gonna put
both.
that ring
Cause
on it,
I got a person that sexually is over 10, but I'm not getting what I need. I say emotionally.
there you go.
Emotionally to help me. But when I'm having a bad day, I'm not getting what I need from that person. But the sex is great. But no, I need both. I need both. Cause I'm not going. You're not waking up every day, getting up, going to work. Oh, I need sex. No,
You
I'm
know
going to
what I'm
work,
saying?
trying to get my mental ready to go out
Right.
here and
Can
conquer
you
this
be there for
world.
me mentally?
Especially as a black woman, I'm going out here dealing with all this other stuff in the world. I need somebody that's gonna, be there for me in other aspects.
Yes.
I can't be like, hey, babe, my boss just said I was a black bee, come sit me down. Like, no.
That's so crazy.
Okay.
Hey, but it might work though.
Right.
I I agree with both of y'all. Um,
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
me
hear some
again.
opposing. He agree with everybody.
no, cause I mean, only person I opposed with was him because
Oh
he
yeah, you
said
did
that it was
oppose.
strictly sex. Like, no. Um, but yeah, I agree with both of y'all because, like, I did deal with somebody like the sex was over 10, but when it came to affection, it just was like
Non-existent.
it was not there. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't given like what it's supposed to give. And that made me realize that yeah, I want good sex, but I do want to feel wanted or whatever.
Right.
Like when I go to sleep, like I like to cuddle. I don't want to go to sleep and I have to be balled up over here on the other side of the bed while you laying right there, and I could be cuddled up with you, but you don't want to cuddle up with me because that's not your thing. You're not affectionate. You don't like to cuddle.
Love languages, episode 1.
Love languages. So now I'm over here laying on the edge of
Yup.
the bed in the
Mhm.
bar, scrolling on Instagram or whatever, thinking, do this nigga really want me?
You know what I'm saying?
Why
For
you gonna
real.
hold me? Like, am I just here to be your little
Yeah,
thing to
yeah.
hit
Your
on?
little yeah, yeah.
your little yeah.
You look,
Or
yeah,
do you
yeah.
really love me? Like,
So I
I
guess
don't
it
know.
boils down to like Dee said, it's not the experience is not just sex. It's other things too. But sex is the beginning of it.
Yeah, I say it's all about sex.
Oh no, my bad,
I
my
mean,
bad.
because see,
Wait.
Well, I mean
see,
Uncle Corey, so Uncle
because
Corey right.
no, because outside of that, um, outside of that, when you're in your experimental stage, you have situations to where you're sitting up there having sex with a person.
Right.
Now, I know there are all types of women. I know there are women that will want you to um, hold hands with them throughout the day, love them, tell them they all right. And when those lights turn off and the room door closed, you tell her she anything but a lady. She a whore. She a slut. She wants you to bang her up. She wants you to pull her hair. She wants you
Yeah,
to do
bang
all
her up.
types of stuff, and then cut her afterwards. I know women that don't want you to do anything throughout the day and make love to her at night. I know women that will want you to make love to her throughout the day and make love to her at night. But outside of that, it's certain men or women that will not take that type of criticism in the bedroom
Mhm.
when she say or he say, hey, do this instead of that.
Mhm.
That'll turn them off. But if you've been with certain people throughout your sexual experience and you know certain people, oh, she like that, like, oh, okay, I remember that. Okay, I got you. I know what to do next.
Right. Cause
You know
you
what I'm saying?
experience.
So It's like I know the different types of women that are climax certain type of ways, but I only know that because of different experiences that I had. Some women like to control their climax. Some women like you to make them climax. It all depends on the woman, but you got to figure that out.
That's what I'm
But
getting ready to say. It depends on if you studying your partner too.
Yeah.
yeah, but it all comes down to communication. I mean, if you look at, I'm looking at it right now. It say the 7 reasons why marriages fail.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, can you read that divorce rate thing too that I
Yeah.
asked you to look up? Thanks.
So the average person, so it's like 2.5 people per 1,000 people get divorced
Ooh,
So that means it's
in
low.
the U.S. per year.
That's low, right?
That's lower than usual.
What was the
It
statistics?
actually
Two
declined
and a
since
half people
2000.
per
Per
one.
In
1,000.
2000, it was
1,000?
4 people.
So
Four
it says
people to
it's
one.
the
So
rate is
it
low.
went up or down?
It
Down.
went down.
Good job.
But
Good
see,
job.
listen,
Good
the
job,
number one reason
millennials.
why people
Y'all
cheat.
holding it together, baby.
We went through our experience.
Cause I think, cause before they were saying that the old people was staying married longer than us, but that's a lie according to statistics.
Or the more reason why people
Well,
cheat.
I think it's because
We just-
millennials ain't getting
But
married. The new
They
age,
not
they not
getting
getting
but
married.
we're getting
That's
married
what it
now
is.
though. We're at the age where we're finally getting married.
We millennials?
Yeah.
We're millennials?
Yes.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
1990s?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Clay. The 2000. So we're growing up in the millennial era. So we're considered millennials.
I had to stand up because I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah,
when my
you
watch,
talking about,
when my
Nique,
watch
you
says
talking about
stand
Gen
up, I'm
Z.
standing up.
You talking about Gen Z. Gen Z is born in 2000s.
They ain't get married yet because they
Yeah, the Gen Z, they not
They
getting
They
married.
still kids.
they still kids. We getting married right now, so the statistics gonna be lower because we're just not getting married.
Right, because a lot of our generation, they going to school, getting their education, getting
Yeah.
a career, then they getting
I
married.
just
Yeah,
put
we
somebody in the
Because
army
but what's crazy
that,
though is our parents
was
taught
born
us.
the year I graduated. I feel
I
old.
was talking.
That's off topic, but I'm sorry. I had
Girl,
to think
me
about
too.
it. I had to
I'm
reflect.
telling you,
I had to reflect.
them kids be coming in that time to
Somebody
join.
I
be
put in
looking at
the
them
army
like,
was
what?
born the year I graduated high school.
2010.
I feel
when you
old.
when you graduated?
You is old,
2007.
Baby, you're
bitch.
not
Girl,
Yeah,
I
she
was
old
in the
fuck.
ninth
old
grade
is
in 2007.
52.
I graduated high school. Okay, let's get back to the point at hand.
42.
So, talk about the age. So, hey, listen. Thank y'all for listening, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. The subscribers has gone up. The likes has gone up. The comments has gone up. We appreciate you guys. Do you guys think that a whole stage or an experimental stage is necessary in order for you guys to have a successful relationship? Hit the like button, hit the bell and subscribe, and drop your comments down below and let us know.
For sure, for sure.
Cause listen, man, we're gonna go live in a couple of weeks, and we need you guys to tune in. So,
If y'all need Auntie Nique back on here, y'all put in the comment box. We need Auntie Nique.
hey, let
Come
us
on,
know.
come
You
over
want Auntie Nique to come back? You want Kev to come back?
Uncle Corey.
Uncle Core and Nique, Mariell. Y'all let us know, man. Hey, salute, man. We appreciate you guys for listening.
I'm tired.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that little bell. Ding!